Are groceries taking up your whole budget too? Groceries have been kicking my ass lately. What was a $50 run to Publix has ballooned that $100 or more. I wasn't stretched before, and I'm not now, but I can't imagine being on a tighter budget. I have noticed that the prices of eggs has gone up, but not more than $0.503. The price increase is huge. I realized that my shitty wage hasn't kept up with inflation, and I knew that if I asked for a raise, I would be ghosted. No matter what strategy I applied, I would fail to make a decent living with my salary. Straight up put my resignation, and the boss contacts me and says, "What will it take it to stay?" I asked almost double of what I make, and he agreed. Now my budget is in control. $3 for a can? No way. That's crazy. We haven't seen a huge increase in our groceries, and we usually eat at home. I used to spend £30 to £35 per week. Nothing's changed, and I'm now spending £70 to £80. More if I want to treat myself to some red meat for a change. That's pretty expensive. Out of curiosity. Where? Not exact location. Just country. If you don't mind. Groceries have gotten much more expensive across the board. I've hit my highest grocery totals ever lately. I need more information to offer specific advice. But we feed a family of 4 on under $600 per month, and we eat extremely well. Our food expenses have gone up probably 10 to 12% in the last 2 years. But it still isn't the largest part of our budget. If you are poor enough that food is the bulk of your budget, you would likely qualify for food assistance. There is no shame at all in accepting help when you need it. Once you're back on your feet, you'll pay taxes and pay it back anyway. So always take a leg up when you need it. Happy to offer budgeting help or help you figure out how to get assistance or where to shop cheaper if you need. But again, can't give much specific advice without more info. Feeding a family of 5 and it's killing us. I've tried switching stores. BC, everyone swore it was cheaper. Some items were, some weren't. In the end it came out about the same, so I stuck to the store I preferred. And I feel like my family of 5 is actually a family of 8 to 9 because I have 2 teens. Both boys that are bottomless pits. 16 and almost 15. Thankfully they do school lunch, but then I have my husband and 7-year-old who I pack a lunch for. I learned to grow my own food so it doesn't take up that much, and I get free meat from my work, so I don't have to spend stupid amount of money for beef. Take whatever resources are available to you. If you need food from the food bank, get it. You're not taking it away from someone who needs it more, you're taking it in good faith because you need it. If it truly is the choice between utilities or food or water, then you are exactly the type of person a food bank is meant for. You are not alone. I work with cost increases. I can give a little explanation. But I don't work in food stores. Issues I see often are 1. Even if something is made in the U.S., raw materials are often from out of the U.S. We are seeing huge freight cost increases. 2. Due to shutdowns in both U.S. and other countries. Mainly last year, less people are allowed to work so that employees can be 6 feet apart. This, along with employees being sick, slows down factory output, creating less product for the shelves. This creates a shortage of raw materials. Price of raw materials surge. 3. Worker shortage equals labor increases. People opting not to work during a pandemic. Understandably, left companies struggling for employees to get the job done. To attract employees, they raise their offering. Stores absorb as much of the cost as they can. Usually, but obviously end up having to increase prices so they can pay their employees. I wish you all the luck because I don't see this slowing down one bit. Please take care of yourself and seek out a food bank so you can keep your lights on. This was happening at my local grocery store, so now I go out of my way to Walmart every time. It cut my grocery bill in half. I doubt you're alone. My parents were in a similar situation a couple of years ago right before the pandemic hit. Me and my sister pretty much take care of them financially now so that they don't have to worry about anything. If you need to go to the food drives, then go. People that don't need to go take advantage of it, and if you really need it, I wouldn't hesitate. Shop at the 99-cent store. They have fresh vegetables and cans of food as well. If you were having to choose between food and heat, I thinking you need it as much as anyone else. And yes, you were right. Food has gotten very expensive. Can you look around locally for farm fresh eggs and local produce? That will usually save some money. And one thing that helps us a lot was meal planning. We plan a week's worth of meals. Buy only what we needed for meals. And stick the plan. And if you have aftermarket bakery in your area, they offer clearance breads that aren't quite as fresh. Still good for toasting or whatever. I hope this gives you a few options and that you reading this going preaching to the choir here. I've definitely noticed. I feel very fortunate I don't have to purchase meat much, as probably 90+% of the meat we eat is wild game myself and my so have harvested. Would definitely be a lot tougher if I was having to buy meat along with everything else. Groceries been kicking my ass lately too. I have 5 kids, so I cook for 7. I really only cook dinner every day. The other meals are either by school or things like cereal, Pop-Tarts, etc. My dinner bill has gone up, but I've found myself making even better meals. Stewing a sauce for a few hours or so. Making homemade bread to go with a meal, etc. The cost increase has hurt a bit, but not enough for me to worry. FYI, one income household at $50K for 7 people that rent in the heartland. Edit. Yeah, I know we are poor, but we aren't hungry. Have a roof. And my kids are happy and good. And we don't get any government assistance at all. Inflation hurts the poor and the working class. It's the burden of devaluing a currency. The rich are immune to this. In fact, better off. In some towns and places, there's these little boxes where people can place cans of food for those who need it. IDK if there are any where you are. But if not, I hope they get some built in your place soon.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. MyYakuzaTA is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.